You can all hear me. Flash flooding here and a massive storm in Adelaide. Have a look at how my gutters are flowing. Incredibly well. But the backyard itself is pretty much underwater. The problem with Adelaide soil is that it tends to be hydrophobic. So it can be a bit of a problem, but yeah, this is incredible. This storm, I captured the earlier lightning of it, and I'll put that up as another video. But yeah, have a look at my backyard. Now where that lemon tree is, normally dry as anything. But right now, I reckon the water's nearly touching the other side of the lemon tree pot. So if you're new to the channel, welcome in. We are having quite a winter storm here. G'day National Parks Princess, welcome in. Yes, it's really intense, but the problem is, Princess, that Adelaide's soil is very hydrophobic. You can probably see how a lot of this water is just sitting on top of my backyard here on the soil. G'day Tori, welcome in. Yes, you've got that heading your way. It is going to be intense. I did capture the lightning. I will put that up as a separate video. Needs a little bit of editing, but yeah, this is pretty full on. Yeah, it is. Absolutely, National Park Princess. Over here in South Australia, it's the driest inhabited state in the driest inhabited continent. So, it gets pretty full on. It's my drain pipes. At least they're working. And the Adelaide Hills are up to the right there. Up to that side. And, oh, there's a bit of lightning. Here we go. Yeah, this is intense. Great to have you all here. Oh, right. John said 2.11 inches of rain here in Baltimore in 24 hours, the wettest summer in 66 years. Yeah. Yeah, same here, Megan. Welcome in. Welcome in, John. Welcome in, National Parks Princess and Tori. Welcome in. I agree. Weather is very hit or miss. In Australia, we're used to droughts more than we are rains, at least in my part of Australia, South Australia. But yeah, have a look at the amount of pooling of the water here in my backyard. This is what you'd call a tiny flash flood. If you're watching new, please consider subscribing, sharing out the video, and liking. Oh, the rain is finally easing a little bit, just a little bit. This is from my backyard, folks. G'day, Githy Grondon. G'day, Crubby. Great to have you all here. Filming this from my yard, and as you can see, it is moister than an oyster. Very Aussie saying. And check out just the amount of water that's pooling underneath the trampoline here and underneath my lemon tree. At least the lemon tree gets a decent water. Nice to have you all here. And there's a bit of lightning now. Over in this direction. Yes, we sure are. Spring soon. Spring soon. I love I love the spring storms. Spring's when we get our storms heading into summer. But yes, this amount of rain is, I think, what you'd call flash flooding level, nearly. See, all that there should be just green grass, but it's absolutely pouring. I think this might be the most intense rain I have ever seen in my own yard. G'day Eden, welcome in. Nice to have you here. O'Malley, I won't say my suburb, mate, only because, yeah, too easy for people to know things. But yeah, I'm out near the hills. I'm near the Adelaide Hills. It is. This is a really heavy amount of rain. I've never seen anything like this. Check out the gutter pipe. Yeah, this is the first time in years that I have seen this yard of mine get quite this waterlogged. I'm glad I don't live in the shed. Yeah, out near the Adelaide Hills here, so the hills are, I don't know, 5 minutes up the road. But yeah, no, never ever seen something as intense in a short time as this one. G'day Trudy, welcome in. No wind much, it's not really windy. Just the sheer amount of water. What I might do later on is, if it's safe, I might head down to some of the rivers and creeks, see what they're looking like. Obviously, got to put my own safety and safety of those who might have to rescue me top priority. But yeah, this is first time in a long time I've seen a amount of water like this in my own backyard. Even my sensor lights come on. How dark it is. And check out that. Most of that, and you'll see this on the longer video that I'll put up of the earlier storm, most of this area where the plant was not watery. So yeah, this one's my own house, Crubby. Yeah. Congratulations, Trudy. Thank you for being a channel member. I appreciate that. Channel members get a lot more. Yeah, that's my own house. Yeah, look at that. Hang on. Oh. Having trouble because there's so much moisture around. It's hard to actually touch my phone and use the phone screen. At least the lemon tree here is going to get a really, really good amount of water. But yeah, look at that. Yes, Christian, we've had about the same. We have had about the same, and thank you for being a channel member as well. Christian, welcome in. It is absolutely pouring. Last night we had about 1 inch of rain, or around, I think, about 30 millimeters. overnight. And I know that parts of Adelaide have had even more, and parts of South Australia for that matter have had even more rain than this. Especially the Outback. From what I understand, the Outback has got floods and all sorts. It's not too good, number one edit. Yeah, not too good, but luckily my house is designed where this water will flow down to a local creek. Yes, we do miss the rain, National Parks Princess. When it comes to summer, it becomes very, very different, and we miss the rain. But I do love summer more. I'm more of a summer person. Seems like the lightning has kind of dissipated a bit. But yeah, look at that, the amount of water that's flowing. And from the drain pipe. Full on. So there's the amount of water pooling up at the end of part of my yard, and then down here. And Dee, if you're watching, there's a frog. It's a fake frog. Yeah, sure do. Need the Wellingtons, the things. The El Nino, yes, I think it will. Princess, what we've been told is it will be a very, very dry spring and summer. I'm not too sure, number one edits. I'm not too sure, mate. I think this is meant to last most of the day. Whether or not to the same intensity, I'm not too sure. But yeah, this amount of water I haven't seen falling here for a long time. You can see just how hydrophobic the soil is. Now, what I mean by that is the soil type in South Australia is, I think, called Bay of Biscay, and it's a very clay-like soil. And once it gets dry, it really compacts quite well to the point where water and rain that falls does not soak into the ground. So it can be a bit of a problem. I think it is, Missy. I think it is. The countryside is getting a really good drink. From what I have seen online, the Outback in particular is quite flooded. G'day from Adelaide, Florida. Welcome in, Caroline. I can tell you, Caroline, our storms here are definitely not as good as the Florida storms that I have seen. But here in Adelaide, Australia, this short storm that went for about 20 minutes or so has been pretty intense. It's great to have you all here. And I think that might almost be it. But we'll just take a quick look now. I hate the idea of getting wet socks, but I'll just go out here and show you what the backyard is looking like. See how the soil, none of this water is soaking in, none of it. G'day, Abel. Oh, bit of lightning still around, so I do have to be a little bit careful. Now that thing there is my pond camera. So if you're a channel member, you will get to see what critters come to my pond. Certainly the pond is almost half filled at the moment because of this rain. And it's great to have you here. Yes, hurricanes, Caroline. Yeah, we have cyclones, the same thing as a hurricane. Not in my part of Australia so much. My part of Australia is very dry. Generally speaking, this amount of water is probably the most that I have seen in maybe 10 years. I don't know, 5 or 10 years, give or take. But yeah, check that out. Let's have a look down here now. Look at the amount of water there. Woo! It's flowing. I did some weeding yesterday, so yes, it sure will. The grass will grow. Here we go. Here's the little park at the rear of my property, and look at that. Look at the amount of water here. It doesn't look like much, but for us here in South Australia, this is a lot of water. And as I said earlier, because of the hydrophobic soil, the type of soils that we have here, the water doesn't tend to sink in very well. It just sits on the top. You can even see that here. But hey, my pond is nicely refilled. This has calmed down a bit now, so that's good. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. G'day Judy, welcome in. Welcome in from Adelaide over here. Nice to have you all here. How's the weather been in your part of Australia, or for that matter in the world, if you're watching from abroad? I know Krubby mentioned before that they had some rain as well. And I know that Caroline said about the cyclones in Florida. And how is the weather in your part of the world or Australia right now? Have you got some of this southern winter storm for those in Australia, or are you waiting for this rain to reach you? G'day Ghost Rider, it sure is. Excellent to hear. Gulwa on the south coast, Fleurieu Peninsula of South Australia. Yeah, animals are really interesting with rain. Some absolutely love it and some cannot stand it, hey. I know that my cat, unfortunately she's passed away, but our cat that we had, she didn't mind a bit of rain if it was light rain, but she hated it when it got stormy. Storms would see her hours ahead, coming under the beds or under the sofas. Right, just hot here, rains a little. Yep, very similar, Caroline, to yeah, sorry, I just got jumped there. I don't know what's happened there. Sorry, National Parks Princess, I don't know what happened to your message, but oh, there it is. Yep, all right. I hope it settles down a lot. Yeah, no worries. No, take care. G'day, Tavo. Welcome in. It is moister than an oyster. Melbourne here, says Real Albatross. Welcome in. We're waiting for the massive rain. Yes, and you will get quite wet, I think, Real Albatross. Welcome in. But yes, I filmed the earlier part of the storm with the electrical storm, so I will put that up. Storm videos don't tend to be as popular on my channel, but if you like storms, then I'll put that one up, and hopefully hopefully you'll enjoy that. Strathalbyn, yep. Okay. Hopefully, Missy, you'll get the rain coming through soon. I think it is coming from north to south. So, yes, I think we are expecting this rain to still make it towards your area. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right, Tavo. It's the same here, mate. Very lucky that the paths that I have around the actual house itself are pretty alright, as you can see. But the ones that go down to the lower part of our block are pretty much flooded. Yeah, thank you, Caroline. I'll be putting it up. I hope I'm saying your name right too, because I know Carolyn can be Carolyn or Caroline, so apologies if I've mispronounced your name, but hopefully I got that right. Road closures, yes, in the Outback. That's something to always check. If you are travelling to the Australian Outback, each state of Australia has their own Outback road and track closures maps that you can access for free. And in weather like this, you do want to be doing that unless you are cool. Yep, Caroline. Yep, excellent. All right. Thanks, Caroline. Yeah, massive amount of dark cloud. Yep, you should get the storm pretty soon, I reckon. Ghost Rider, it's great to have you here. Mad Cat Lady, fair enough. Yeah, a lot of thunder around. I did manage to get a bit of that earlier, and it was intense. So I'm going to put that storm video up as soon as I jump off here. But yeah, I love storms. I'm a real nutcase. I love electrical storms. Yeah, Caroline, I'd be joining you, mate. I'd be joining you. I do like that sort of stuff. It's just fascinating. Just fascinating. When you look over here, and you probably cannot tell on the video so well, but there is another little band out there. So I don't know if that's going to make it into something. But yeah, I'm pretty close to the hills. I'm about 5-10 minutes from the Adelaide Hills. And beautiful part of the world here, in my view. G'day, Andy. Welcome in, mate. Not too bad here. Just earlier caught some very heavy rain and storms as well. Yes, that's right, exactly. Outback Highway between, yes. It really is. I love living near the Adelaide Hills here. I have the best of both worlds. About 40 minutes to the beach and about 5-10 minutes up to the Adelaide Hills. G'day, Cosmos. Where is this at? This is in Adelaide, Australia. And we just had a really severe storm cell come through. It's eased off a little bit now. But it was very intense and a lot of rain came through. Yes, Outback Highway, not just Outback tracks, absolutely. Even highways, folks, in South Australia and Australia moreover, are really susceptible to flooding and erosion when storms come through. Yes, Andy, that's the one I filmed, mate. That's where I filmed, yeah. It's been pretty intense, hey. And there's my eucalyptus tree. Now, for those not from Australia, eucalyptus, of course, are the home of the koalas, generally speaking. And they smell beautiful, especially after rain. After rain. Go with that too. Yeah, Andy, it's been intense, mate. Very, very intense. I've never seen quite the amount of rain as I did about 15 minutes ago. G'day, Kim Twister. Welcome in. Welcome, everyone. Great to see you all here. It's been some very intense weather for Adelaide, South Australia. Yeah, the little plants, yep. This one actually is a dwarf lemon. This tree right here, Caroline, is a dwarf lemon. It's not doing too badly. And this one here is a frangipani, which probably is doing a bit badly, but we don't really have the tropical weather here, so it can be a little bit difficult for some of these more tropical plants to grow. Oh, thank you, Trudy. Sent a star, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, Tavo, I agree. Yes, Georgetown and Gladstone. Actually, Tavo, I was looking at some of the weather formations out that way, and there was quite a full-on storm out Georgetown and Gladstone way. Kim Twister says, hot, humid here midsummer. Right. So, Kim, are you in Australia, or where are you in the world? If you don't mind saying, you don't have to say exactly where, obviously, but... Oh, thank you, Andrew. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that, guys. It helps me continue to grow this channel and to bring as much content as I can to you all. Appreciate it. Yeah. Let's have a look at my my yard. It's all the water pooling up around my yard, so it's pretty intense. Not hearing any thunder. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for the chili, Andy. Oh, cool. Yep. Oh, Nebraska. Is that Nebraska, Kim? NE? Yeah, more thunder to come. Excellent. Thanks, Aussie Colonel. Thank you. It's definitely been an intense rainfall day and a half so far. Oh, thanks, Intruder. Thank you, Trudes. Awesome. Oh, no, yep, okay, so you're not in Nebraska, sorry. I just don't know where any is. Oh, Pennsylvania. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Got a few friends over there. I love that part of the world. I'd love to see Gettysburg, I think it's called, one day. I've been to Maryland. I've been to a little bit of Maine. And what other northeast states have I been to? I'd like to go to Rhode Island, actually. I'd love to do Rhode Island. I've got friends there too. Because Rhode Island is like really sort of interesting in terms of its history and how it all started, and then it's not really as well known maybe as other US states. A lot of Aussies know, you know, the main places, New York, LA, San Francisco, but I don't know if any Aussies could point on a map where Rhode Island is. Yeah, you got to come over, Kim Twister. You'd love it. You'd love it, mate. In fact, my parliament has actually got a person who moved from Texas and became an Australian citizen or dual citizen with America. And yeah, she moved from Texas to Australia, and she actually got elected just like in March this year. earlier this year to the state parliament over here. So yeah, you got to come to Adelaide. Absolutely, Missy. Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, and yeah, maybe Brisbane or Cairns if you want to see the Great Barrier Reef. Do a bit of Cairns. A nice spot. Yeah, if you look up Jen Roberts is her name, Jen Roberts, and she's a state member of parliament over here, and she does a initial speech, like a first speech. They all get to do that when they get elected to parliament. So she's got an interesting story. She even worked with Obama, I think. G'day, Marilyn. Nice to have you here. Welcome in. I'm not sure if my camera's got a bit dirty. Just give me a second, folks. Give this camera a bit of a clean. There we go. That's a bit better. I think the rain was coming in under my veranda. Yeah, I'd love to explore more. I've always been an explorer, so I'm 41, but most days I feel like I'm about 21, just for want of exploring things. Nice to have you here, Marilyn. Great to have you here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I will be putting up the storm video from earlier pretty soon. Might jump off in a minute, but it's great to have you here. And this very rainy day here in Adelaide, South Australia. Thanks, Trudy. Thank you. Trying. Yeah, Tavo, I do come across a bit younger, I've been told, so sometimes that's a good thing. Other times for jobs, people are like, oh, you know, this guy doesn't seem very mature. But no, I'm 41, Tavo. Yeah. You're welcome, Marilyn. Great to have you here. Well, folks, I'm going to love you and leave you. This has been a pretty interesting little storm. I will put up the video of the earlier part of this storm when it was more lightning and thunder wise. And I'll hopefully see many of you there. That'll just be a standard video. Thank you all for coming along. Thanks, Caroline. Yes, Caroline, you remind me of my mum in that sense. My mum is 78, and she still has more of an active mind, an exploring mind, more like a 50-year-old. So, Tavo. 63, cool. All right, folks, I'll love you and leave you. Thank you all for popping in. It has been great to show you this incredible little storm cell, and very brief flash flooding. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.